Season 8, AI and Truth. Episode 4, How AI Floods the World with Fake Certainty. One. Introduction. The most dangerous lie is the confident one. A lie does not have to be loud to be effective. Sometimes the most dangerous lie is calm, polished, and certain. It speaks in complete sentences. It offers neat explanations. It sounds like expertise. It feels like closure. AI makes this easier than ever. Not only by generating fake news or deep fakes, but by flooding the information environment with something more subtle. Fake certainty. Statements that sound definitive even when they are wrong. Answers that feel authoritative even when they are invented. Explanations that look coherent even when they are built on gaps. This is not just misinformation. It is confidence as a weapon. This episode explains how AI floods the world with fake certainty, why certainty spreads faster than truth, and how the AI era can turn knowledge into a performance rather than a process. 2. What fake certainty really means. Fake certainty is not always intentional deception. It is the appearance of confidence without the foundation of truth. It can look like a detailed explanation with no reliable evidence, a summary that removes uncertainty and nuance, a confident answer to a complex question, a statistical claim that is not properly sourced, a how-to guide that skips critical safety details, a confident accusation based on weak signals. Fake certainty is powerful because it gives people something they crave. Clarity. In a confusing world, clarity feels like safety, even if it is wrong. 3. Why AI systems produce confident language. To understand fake certainty, you need to understand how many AI systems communicate. Many AI models are trained to generate plausible language. They predict what comes next in a sentence. They are optimized to be helpful and fluent. They are not inherently optimized to be cautious. They can produce confident phrasing because confident phrasing often looks helpful. They can also fill gaps because gaps disrupt fluency. So a model may generate a smooth explanation even when it does not truly know. This is not because the model is malicious. It is because the system is designed to produce coherent output. Coherence can look like truth, but coherence is not truth. 4. Why humans are vulnerable to confidence. Humans use confidence as a shortcut. If someone sounds sure, we assume they know. If a statement is detailed, we assume it is researched. If an explanation is smooth, we assume it is accurate. This is a normal cognitive shortcut. It helped humans navigate social life. But in an AI environment, the shortcut becomes dangerous. Because AI can produce confidence cheaply. It can produce detail instantly. It can produce smoothness without knowledge. So the human trust instinct is exploited. Not necessarily intentionally, but structurally. Fake certainty spreads because it matches how humans evaluate credibility. 5. The content flood problem. Why volume makes certainty win. AI increases content volume massively. Thousands of posts, articles, and comments can be generated quickly. In a high-volume environment, people cannot verify everything. They scan. They rely on heuristics. Confidence becomes one of the strongest heuristics. So AI floods the world with content that looks confident, and the environment rewards what looks confident. Truth often comes with uncertainty. Truth often includes caveats. Truth often requires context. That is slower and less satisfying. So certainty wins attention. AI accelerates this by producing certainty at scale. 6. The summary machine, how nuance gets stripped away. Many people no longer read full sources. They read summaries. AI is often used to summarize. But summaries have a built-in problem. They compress complexity. They remove nuance. They remove uncertainty. Even when a summary is honest, it can create fake certainty by making a complex reality look simple. And when AI writes summaries, the problem can worsen. Because the system may choose a single confident framing rather than presenting uncertainty. The public then consumes simplified certainty. Over time, people lose the habit of living with complexity. They expect quick answers. That expectation is a cultural shift. 7. Explain the culture and why it becomes dangerous. The internet loves explainers. Threads that explain the truth. Videos that break down what is really happening. Long posts that claim to reveal hidden facts. Explainers are popular because they promise closure. AI makes explain the culture easier to mass produce. But explainers often flatten complexity. They turn uncertain events into clear narratives. They give villains and heroes. They create coherence. In a world where people are overwhelmed, coherent narratives feel comforting. AI can generate these narratives endlessly. This creates an environment where knowledge becomes storytelling. And storytelling can feel like certainty even when it is speculative. 8. The science problem: confidence without method. Science is careful. Science uses uncertainty. Confidence intervals. Peer review. Replication. Method transparency. AI can mimic scientific language. It can produce claims that sound like research. It can invent references. It can generate fake graphs and studies. Even when it is not malicious, it can create the appearance of method. This is dangerous because people may trust scientific tone. Fake certainty in scientific language can lead to bad decisions in health, finance, and public policy. It can also undermine trust in real science. Because when people later discover the claim was wrong, they blame science rather than the fake. So AI can indirectly weaken scientific legitimacy. 9. The news problem: speed creates certainty. News is fast. Breaking stories develop before facts are confirmed. In a healthy media environment, responsible reporting includes uncertainty. What we know. What we do not know. What is alleged. What is confirmed. AI can generate instant news-like content. It can produce a full article from a rumor. It can provide confident context. It can speculate. It can make a rumor look like a report. This accelerates the shift from developing to confirmed in public perception. When people see a polished article, they assume facts are verified. But the article may be generated from weak signals. That is fake certainty. 10. The court of public opinion: certainty as a weapon. Online, accusations travel fast. Someone is guilty. Someone is corrupt. Someone did something terrible. People demand consequences. AI can intensify this by generating confident accusations, summaries, and evidence narratives. It can also generate fake screenshots, fake transcripts, and fake leaks. Even if later disproven, the damage can be permanent. Fake certainty is especially dangerous when it targets individuals. Because reputation can be destroyed by confident false narratives. The speed of outrage is faster than the speed of correction. AI amplifies the speed. 11. The fraud problem: confident instructions and fake expertise. Scammers do not need to trick you with sloppy messages anymore. AI can produce professional instructions. It can impersonate support agents. It can write polished financial advice. It can sound like legal guidance. It can create convincing phishing messages. Fake certainty helps scams succeed. Because scams rely on reducing doubt. They create urgency. They create authority. AI supplies authority language at scale. It can also tailor messages. So fraud becomes more effective. And because scams become more believable, people trust less. This increases social suspicion. 12. The political problem. Certainty deepens polarization. Politics thrives on certainty. Certainty creates loyalty. Certainty creates outrage. Certainty creates enemies. AI can generate confident political narratives for any side. It can produce arguments, slogans, talking points, and facts. It can flood social media. It can simulate consensus through bots. This creates the impression that everyone knows a certain claim is true. That is manufactured certainty. When each side has its own certainty machine, polarization deepens. People stop debating facts. They debate identities. Truth becomes less relevant than narrative dominance. Democracy depends on some shared factual ground. Fake certainty erodes that ground. 13. The deception strategy, flooding the zone. One of the most effective strategies in information warfare is not proving a lie. It is flooding the zone. If you create enough competing narratives, people become confused. They stop trying to know what is true. They become cynical. Cynicism is useful for power. Because cynical people disengage. They do not protest. They do not vote. They do not hold leaders accountable. AI makes flooding the zone easier. It can generate endless variations of narratives. Not just fake content, but confident content. Content that claims to explain. Claims to reveal. Claims to prove. The goal is not belief. The goal is exhaustion. Fake certainty is a tool of exhaustion. 14. The economic incentive. Platforms reward certainty. Platforms reward engagement. Certainty often produces engagement. A confident claim triggers reactions. People argue. People share. People respond. Uncertainty is less viral. A careful statement does not travel as far. So the economic system of platforms rewards fake certainty. Even when a platform does not want misinformation, its incentives can still reward confident content. AI increases supply of confident content. So the reward system becomes saturated with certainty performance. Truth, which is slow and uncertain, loses in the attention market. 15. The personal cost. Epistemic fatigue returns. Epistemic fatigue means being tired of figuring out what is true. Fake certainty increases fatigue because it makes the environment feel crowded with confident claims. People cannot verify everything. They feel overwhelmed. They respond in predictable ways. They disengage. They outsource belief to a trusted influencer. They retreat into group narratives. They become cynical. These responses weaken society. Because truth becomes a luxury. Those with time and resources can verify. Those without cannot. So fake certainty can create inequality in knowledge. 16. What resilience looks like in a world of uncertainty. Resilience means building habits and systems that resist confidence tricks. At the social level, stronger provenance and authenticity systems. Better platform transparency about coordinated manipulation. Clear labeling of synthetic content when feasible. Support for institutions that verify and investigate. Education that teaches skepticism without cynicism. At the personal level, treat confident claims as prompts, not conclusions. Seek primary sources. Compare multiple independent outlets. Notice emotional manipulation. Be cautious with viral explainers. Do not share under urgency. Ask, what is the evidence, not what is the confidence? These are not perfect defenses, but they slow the system. And slowing is essential, because AI accelerates certainty faster than truth. 17. The hard truth: we must relearn how to live with uncertainty. The deepest lesson is cultural. Modern life trained people to expect instant answers. Search engines, feeds, quick summaries. AI accelerates that expectation. But reality is complex. Many questions do not have clean answers. Truth often includes uncertainty. If society cannot tolerate uncertainty, it will accept fake certainty instead. So resilience requires a shift. A return to patience. A return to cautious thinking. A return to treating knowledge as a process, not a product. This is uncomfortable, but necessary. Because fake certainty will keep increasing. The only long-term defense is cultural maturity. 18. Core takeaway. AI floods the world with fake certainty by producing confident, polished, detailed content at massive scale. Humans are vulnerable to confidence as a credibility signal. Platforms reward engagement, and certainty drives engagement. Summaries strip nuance. Explainers turn complexity into neat stories. Politics rewards certainty. Scams exploit it. The result is an information environment where clarity is abundant but truth is harder to find. The danger is not only misinformation. The danger is a society that mistakes confidence for knowledge. When confidence becomes cheap, truth becomes precious. If this episode helped you understand how AI floods the world with fake certainty, like this video so more people can see it. Share it with someone who thinks the biggest AI threat is only deep fakes. And subscribe to Uncovering Facts for deep, hype-free documentaries on AI, truth, power, and the systems shaping modern life. Next episode: why information is losing value.